Hi, my name's Amy Stainthorpe. I'm an Associate Transport Planner based here in Manchester, and the project that we're going to talk about today is Wasdale Active Travel.
Hi, I'm Andy Oates, Divisional Director in the Manchester office. I lead the transport planning team across the Northwest, and I'm also the company's Active Travel Technical Champion. So Active Travel is effectively walking, wheeling and cycling. It also has very, very definite mental health benefits. The reduction in people sat queuing in cars carries an economic benefit to the country. People are more productive. So it has a significant role to play in the economy as well as improving people's health and mental well-being.
Westwater, England's deepest lake, lies in Wasdale to the west of the National Park and has been designated a special area of conservation as well as a site of special scientific interest.
It's, as we mentioned, very, very popular with tourists, and that is one of the challenges that we're seeking to work through here.
Some of the challenges that the valley faces at the moment include congestion, fly parking, and these issues deter people from travelling actively.
Pell Frischmann's brief was to identify options to improve an active travel related issue that is currently taking place. The Wasdale Valley is really, really popular for walkers, runners, climbers, mountain bikers. As a result of that, a lot of people try and get there, particularly in the summer months.
The number of visitors arriving into the Wasdale Valley means that the car parking is sometimes oversubscribed, and this leads to instances of fly parking. So inconsiderate parking can sometimes block the roads because they're very narrow, and this can sometimes have a detrimental effect on accessibility, in particular the emergency services.
So our brief is to try and look at encouraging active travel movements into the valley. So again, looking at options which might encourage people to park elsewhere and make use of either their own bikes or hire bikes that are available in the area, or walk into the valley itself. So we've been looking at a range of different options to implement schemes which might encourage that.
Previously, a number of other studies had been undertaken, and we have taken the outcomes of those studies into consideration throughout the course of our commission. We have visited the site a number of times, and we've also liaised with stakeholders.
So we try and collate all of those particular views, use that to feed into our option identification work, and then use that to guide the process going forward. Ultimately, we want a solution that's going to be deliverable, so it has to be acceptable to all those different stakeholders as well.
The Wasdale shuttle bus was introduced by the Lake District National Park Authority in 2021, following the relaxation of COVID rules and regulations. The idea was to try and encourage visitors to use the bus rather than their cars. It has been running since 2021, but only during specific periods of the year, so it runs between May and September, and only at weekends and bank holidays, so it's a limited service. The aim of the Commission is to produce an options appraisal report, which is what we are doing at the moment. So this involves considering a variety of options, including designating roads as quiet lanes, implementing traffic regulation orders, and developing new off-road routes, as well as a host of other options. Rural areas tend to be subject to environmental designations, so it's not always possible to introduce new routes. They can have different demographics to urban centres with older populations who may not be physically capable of travelling by bike or walking.
Clearly, for the Lake District National Park, that tourist input is a key part of the local economy. So the solution that we will be developing needs to encourage and facilitate visitor access. But at the same time, the balance that we're trying to achieve is then making sure that the proposals don't impact negatively on local people, local businesses.
So in order to develop the long list of options, We held a stakeholder workshop and invited a number of team leads from Cumberland Council along. The aim of the workshop was to present the work that we'd undertaken so far and decide which options should be shortlisted in order to form a package of preferred options to be taken forward.
And the other key aspect of active travel, which is really important to Pell Frischmann, is from the perspective of sustainability. So active travel is one of the key parts of the sustainable transport mix. As we've discussed, it has a huge part to play in reducing the carbon impacts from transport, which is one of the key sources of carbon emissions in the UK. And that directly relates to Pell Frischmann's noble purpose.
So congestion, we know, leads to worsening air pollution, noise pollution, and the Lake District is one of the most tranquil places in the whole of the UK. So by encouraging active travel, we are improving the environment.
In the UK, active travel has the potential to really reduce carbon emissions. We've spoken about those environmental benefits, the health benefits that active travel can lead to, and something that we can really use to offer to clients as an aligned and fully supported process.